Come on, everybody. Join our little group, merry wanderers, on our journey to Body Clutter Land. I think we're leaving Body Clutter Land. Anyway, I've got my morning cup of something warm and wonderful, and this is a cup that matches my china. It's really a mug, but it's pretty and I like it. It doesn't have anything on it. It reminds me to be elegant. Hello, Melissa. Hey, Melanie. I've got a little crud this morning, but hey, we'll get some people in here and we'll get started. We'll get this body clutter party started. Don't you like my purple? I'm just in a purpley mood. Look at this. My shirt matches our calendar. I'm so happy we got calendars in and we are shipping them out as fast as our little hands will do it. And it is Friday. I forgot that it was Friday. Anyway, so what are you doing fun on Friday night? Friday night's date night. And if you don't have a significant other, then grab one of the kids and do a specialty date night with one of the kids. What's body clutter? Body clutter is my book and Leanne's book that we wrote a few years ago. We're working on revising it, but there's not a whole lot that has to be revised. There's some statistics we put out there and some different things. But the main thing is we're going through it again. And who knows? We might write a second book. But for right now, we're looking at revising this one if our editors want to do that. Excuse me. Anyway, good morning from North Carolina. It's bright and sunny, and we're probably hit in the 90s today. We got 100 people here already. So everybody drink up. And let's talk about how our before bed routine can mess with us. Yep, you heard me right. Last night, Robert and I were bored, so we decided to watch an action movie. Yep. We don't usually do that late at night. And it was 10 o'clock, and I decided I was bored. So we found an action movie to watch. And I'm not proud of it, but I really like Bruce Willis. So my camera's crooked. I really like Bruce Willis. And we watched the new Death Wish. And it was got me all riled up. So we went to bed about midnight, a little bit after midnight, and it was 3 o'clock before I fell asleep. And I used every trick in my little sack of tricks to fall asleep. Every trick. And finally, I had to get up and drink some water and go lay down on a different side of, not on a different side of the bed, but on my side a different way, and take some covers away, sort of change everything up. So it was quite interesting. What happens when you don't get enough sleep? Your metabolism kind of shuts down and you gain weight. I got me a little pen to kind of flip those things up now. I'll see if it works. So dealing with your sleep issues, a long time ago, Robert figured out that every little noise was keeping me awake. So he got me to try some earplugs. So now I sleep with earplugs, which helps a whole lot. I don't sleep with earplugs when I'm alone or when I'm traveling, but I sleep with them at home because I got Robert right by my side, and he hears, well, when he's on one side, he hears things. When he lays his ear on one way, he hears everything. So, yeah, watching something that's going to keep you up at night is not good. I tried my I ams. I do the ABCs of I am, like, start with A, and you just say the positive things about you because you're putting those out into the universe. I think you're telling them to God, and you're thanking Him for the wonderful blessings that He has given you. I mean, you're going through all your characteristics when you do these I ams. It's your talent stack, as Scott Adams would say. And I am articulate, or I am, I've got to come up with some different things. I can run my mouth, that's for certain. But you go through the ABCs of those, and you have to concentrate real hard on some of them to come up with a different theme. And last night I was trying to come up with a biblical theme to all my ABCs. And so looking for those blessings and saying what you're good at and thanking God for those blessings is a wonderful way to go to sleep. Well, I went through the ABCs, and I usually only make it till about J or K. And I was at Z, and I said, what now? What now? So I went through my prayer list again, and and then I started singing a song in my head, and it's a praise song that I sing every night in my head to kind of get me in that mood. And finally I went to sleep about 3, but I woke up at 9 o'clock, so I've had 6 hours of sleep. There could be a nap in my future because I'm going to listen to my body. I mean, I didn't have any kind of nap time or anything yesterday. So I'm going to listen to my body today and see what I can, see if I can get a little, maybe an hour little nap this afternoon, which would be fine. So, everybody, I want you to think about your sleep habits, and I want you to chart them so you can know if you're getting to 7 to 8 hours of sleep, because this can make a big difference in your weight loss. It really can. Now, yesterday I had 8, and I put on my calendar this morning, I had 8 glasses of water in my bathroom. I also had a 32-ounce mug that I keep by my chair last night with my vitamin C water in it, with my vitamin C in this water. And if you drink enough vitamin C, what I've learned is it's better than any laxative because it will keep you regular. It really will. If you have problems in that department, vitamin C will keep you regular. Natural sleep spray. That's the one thing I didn't do. I keep a little vial of lavender right in my nightstand drawer, and I should have gotten it out and rubbed it on the bottoms of my feet and on my wrist and right on my pillowcase. And sometimes that helps, but I forgot about that last night. Hey, Jeannie. I know people in Glen Burnie. Wow, that sounds luscious. I love lavender, is wonderful. Now, what else do we got to talk about? Oh, we went to dinner last night. We went and ate Chinese, and usually when I eat Chinese, I gain 2 pounds. Gain 2 pounds. Well, I didn't gain 2 pounds yesterday. Didn't do it. I lost a pound. Ate 8/10 of a pound is what it worked out to. But wow, drinking my water gets rid of the salt, which gets rid of the water. So drink your water. Drink up. That's a habit for this month. Drink up. Even if you drink coffee, it's a diuretic, but drink an extra cup of water to go with the coffee. So this is just one thing I watched last night. Now, you should go to lunch or go to dinner with a skinny person. Yes, do this. I know it sounds weird, but you need to pay attention to them. Paying attention to a skinny person is going to change your life. I watched Robert last night. He didn't know I was watching him, but I watched him. And we go to the Chinese restaurant because they have a really great sushi bar. And I only eat the cooked stuff. And it did have a little rice. That's why I'm cloggy this morning. But I chose to eat the little bit of rice. Now, he got a saucer, a little plate. I think the Mexicans call it tapas. Tiny plates. Tiny plates. You share these tiny plates. He got 3 pieces of sushi. 3. He cut them in half, which makes them fall apart. But he got 3 pieces of sushi. And I thought, okay. Because I ate a salad while he was eating his sushi. So I had a salad with romaine and spinach. And some chopped up eggs. Fresh bell peppers, cucumbers, and 2 little tiny tomatoes, and some blue cheese dressing. That's probably another reason I'm cloggy. I had a salad first. I ate it slow and he finished. I was still eating my salad when he went up for his entrees. So then I went and got some sushi. So I really wanted about 8 pieces of sushi. I got me 4. I wanted 8, but I thought, well, I'll do what Robert's doing and only get half of that. Tapas means cover. Spanish, cover their wine glass with a piece of bread. I know I've had some tapa plates, out in San Francisco one time when Robert and I went to dinner with some folks. Anyway, think about small plates, sharing small plates. And so he got this small plate. Well, Leanne and I wrote about that in Body Clutter. Reduce the size of your plate so you don't look like you're not getting much to eat. Think about using a salad plate or a bread plate instead of a big plate, because my plates are 10 inches and I want to fill them up when I cook at home, and the plates in the restaurants are big. But if you got a small plate, and it would look like you had a lot. Well, sushi is just a sandwich with rice. That's all it is, wrapped in seaweed. And what I usually get is cooked shrimp or crab meat, imitation crab meat. And I'm happy with that. So I don't eat anything raw because I don't want, I like rare salmon and rare tuna, but I want it heated just a little bit. But think about using a smaller plate and using your knife and fork. We talked about that yesterday. It is going to be I'm learning a new way to eat, even though I've done it before. We can do this. We really can do this. My Chinese doesn't use any MSG. I'm more apt to get caught with the honey that I can't eat there than when because our Chinese restaurant is absolutely amazing. These folks live across the street from Jack and Kathy, and they are wonderful entrepreneurs that have built this beautiful building, and they just remodeled part of it. They are they just don't use any MSG in anything. I've never gotten sick eating there ever, and I am highly sensitive to MSG. So think about changing the size of your plate. Now, Robert, he used to make a whole sandwich for lunch. But then all of a sudden he started making just a half a sandwich. One piece of bread, and he eats bread I can't even stomach. It's got all the seeds and stuff in it, and it's a texture thing. I don't like it. Body Clutter is this book, but it's also the stuff that's in here that causes us to get too much clutter in our house, too much clutter on our bodies, too much clutter on our calendars, all of it. It's what we've collected that's in this gray matter up here. Now, let's breathe a second. Let me get my thought back. Watching somebody who is skinny eat is quite interesting. It's like going to lunch with an organized person or going to an organized person's house and watching them. You can learn a lot. You can learn a whole lot. Robert makes a half a sandwich and he eats a piece of fruit, whether it's an apple. Right now he's loving his South Carolina peaches or Georgia peaches. I don't know where he got peaches, but he got peaches. He loves peaches. But they're too many carbs for me right now, and I'm not doing those carbs. So everybody, do you know what's for dinner? Give us some ideas here. Seven plates of food. Wow. Let's take some time. Think about what's for dinner tonight so that you can plan for it. While you're at it, think about that's something else good, Melanie. Skinny people always leave something on their plate. When I eat Mexican with Robert, he doesn't eat the end of the tortillas. It's like this much tortilla that he's, made a little burrito out of. When it gets to the bottom, he doesn't eat that. He just leaves it on his plate. I like bunless hamburgers. Barbecue hamburgers with pickled cucumbers and red onion. Yum! Vinegar stuff is really good for us. We usually have a high pH in our bodies, and eating stuff that's preserved in vinegar is really good. This thing's working. I love it. Rotisserie chicken and roasting broccoli with olive oil. I tell you something else that's fun to roast, and that's Brussels sprouts. If you want kids to eat Brussels sprouts, put some bacon bits on them and you don't even need olive oil with bacon bits, and roast them in the oven and they will eat them. It's like candy to me. And drizzle them with balsamic vinegar. Yum. Vinegar is good for heartburn too. Oh, I learned something new. That I had a little heartburn the other night. And I've been doing a half of a Tums. Just breaking it half in two because they're so big. So I broke a half into fours. And it worked. Just that little bit of antacid did it. It did it. The Tums are real sweet. That's why I started cutting them in half. Popcorn has a lot of carbs. Portobello mushrooms I had mushrooms last night again. And I had fresh mushrooms on my salad, which I forgot about. So everybody, think about what's for dinner, and it's going to be a wonderful day. It's a date night. I don't know what Robert and I are going to do yet, but we're going to do something. We're going to do something. And tomorrow, we're headed to Hickory to a wedding. He just informed me. See, I don't ask him to go to weddings. I told him a long time ago when he went to one wedding that he never had to go to another one. And I keep my side of the bargain. So, but he asked me if he could come with me. And so I said, yes. So we'll spend the time together, listen to some beautiful music going down to Hickory, and we will have fun. I got a package to wrap today, which I need to do as soon as I get off of here and get that done. And so yesterday's afternoon video, the 1 hour one, was wonderful. Even if I do say so myself, because we did 2 minutes. We did a lot of 2-minute things. Now, I want you to think about building a little jar, another different little jar that you can put in 2 minutes of pamper missions so that you can redirect yourself when you start wanting to eat something. You hear it? When you get that craving and you really want to eat something, you need to redirect yourself like you would a 2-year-old. Yes, I said we were two-year-olds. But we've got to get it out of our minds. So go do something for yourself. Whether it's file your fingernails or do your toes. Yes, if you can reach your toes, you can do your toes. And maybe you want to do some exercises. Just to, some deep knee bends, or bend down and touch your toes, or hold your legs up. Just get on the treadmill for 2 minutes, if nothing else. Don't run or anything, but just get to moving. Walk around the house. Go out and deadhead some flowers. Go cut some weeds. Take the hoe out and cut some weeds. You'll be surprised at how you can get out of that idea of wanting to eat something when you really are trying to curb that appetite or that craving. So have some fun today. Let's see what chapter we're in. We were in excuses, and then we did the forgiveness chapter. We're talking about baby steps. Yep, read the next chapter. Your mission for forgiveness. We've talked about that. In baby steps, we're always looking for instant gratification, and we just have to slow down and baby step our way through things. Just slow down, and you can. When you learn to break things down into baby steps, your life changes. Your life totally changes. It changes. And you can do this. If I did it, now I'm not living proof, but my rings fit again. Not that I ever took them off, but they do fit again. And I'm just as happy as I can be getting rid of this clutter, helping you get rid of yours, and it's going to be a good weekend. I'm going to try to get a show in tomorrow, but I don't know if I can. So if we miss tomorrow, I'll try to do 2 after I get back home. So just if you don't see me tomorrow morning, it's because we're traveling. I've got to look at the invitation and see what time the wedding is. Anyway, I love you all. Have a great day. Get your car cleaned out because it's Friday And you know that messy car. Get it cleaned out and get rid of the trash. And then for one of those things you can put in the little bowl to redirect you is clean out your purse. And you can do that and rest at the same time. Clean out your purse, get rid of. How long have Robert and I been married? We've been married 21 years, soon be 22 in November. Yeah, 22 years. That's hard to believe because it seems just like yesterday that we met. Time flies when you're having fun. Yep, it really does. Well, have a great weekend. Do the weekend dance and plan something fun to do. Plan a picnic tomorrow or going to the park or, taking a hike up in the mountains. Going for a drive with the top down. We don't have a car with the top down, but we can open up the sunroof. So, folks, have a good time. Marriage retreats are good. Vacuuming out the car, yep. So, everybody, have a great weekend, and I will see you later. See if I can do it with this.